A fictional area set in the Japanese Alps, Mount Mitsumine is an enclosed mountain that has three high points peaking above the clouds. On the peaks, the area served as a sacred prison for Akuma, the spirit of a demonic monk who is more powerful than all the rest of the monks that reside in the two grand dojos located on the opposite side of the three peaks. One day, a young monk made the foolish mistake of venturing into Kyofo Peak, thinking he could safely endure the evil whispers and voices that bounced around the entire peak that Akuma's prison rested on. Overnight, the clouds around Akuma's peak would become pitch black, causing the peak to look like a lonely island in the ocean. Some of the kids claim that at night, Akuma stood on the cliff from his side of the peak, staring soullessly at the main dojo. Being terribly wrong about his choice, the young monk succumbed to the demonic voices rushing from the dark and into his head, chasing him into Akuma's pagoda where he becomes possessed with the spirit of Akuma. And raised from his ostracization, Akuma rushes to the cliffside in his newfound body where he once meditated decades ago, staring at the Grand Double Dojos. Soon sensing the Grand Master's presence with his demonic powers, his eyes widen with his throat rattling to a build-up, contorting loudly as he inhales. Focused at the dojos, he lets out a disheartening roar, shaking the walls of the Grand Palace. The other monks could hear the guttural disembodied yell tremble through the fog from the dojos they rested. The monks all knew what this meant because the dojo Grand Master had made it clear what would happen if Akuma were to become free. It was too dark for them to safely flee down the steep, jagged cliffsides without it turning into a death row for them. With this being understood, the monks all gathered and remained silent, accepting their fate, calmly sitting in the appraisal area as Akuma's demonic sounds grew closer and closer toward the main dojos. Akuma had approached the front gate of the dojos, beginning to slam and pry at the sealed-off doors. The monks began to tremble silently, some breaking their 40-plus-year vows of silence to let out words of panic. "He's here! Akuma, he's really here!" The younger monks and untrained youth began to let out cries, further horrifying the older trained monks who hadn't broken their vows of silence yet. "Master, is it really him?" one of the monks whispered in a shaky voice to the Grand Master, who was staring dreadfully at the front gate, which is violently jerking with Akuma's strikes. Not breaking his silence like the monk who had asked him the question, he lowers his head in response, softly confirming the questioning monk's fear. The dojo front gate becomes looser and looser as the bangs echo through the walls of the dojo with Akuma's possessed twisted face looking through the cracked open door. Most of the monks, except a few, have broken their vows of silence and are now screaming at the top of their lungs. The ones who remained true to their vow of silence expressed their fear by not looking at the monster who was about to rip through the front gates and attempted to meditate. For it was not their duty to fight the spirit of Akuma, but to keep any and all unwelcome visitors from entering the sacred, enclosed mountain peaks that hosted this evil.